Welcome to Music She Missed, the podcast where I attempt to get my best friend caught up with some of the most popular songs and artists that impact our lives. I'm Alison.
Hi, I'm Rachel and I missed all the music.
Rachel, Season 3 wrap-up. Are you ready?
I am.
Yeah, so to start out with this episode, each of us made a playlist of our favorite songs from Season 3.
Yay.
That were an hour long, and you followed the rules.
Yay.
So I thought we'd start out by kind of just comparing, hearing what were some of your favorites, what were some of mine. Audience, you can check out both playlists on Spotify by searching for Spotify /user /music she missed and following. Rachel, share some of your faves.
Well, one of the things that I took with this playlist and kind of made it different from Season 1 or Season 2 wrap-up is that I really took the time and listed it from my favorite to my least favorite out of my favorites.
Oh, so the first song on this playlist is your favorite song.
Favorite.
Well, that's very interesting. I just did it in artist order.
And that's what I previously did in Season 2 and 1. But this one I kind of took the extra time for it.
All right. Well, tell me what appears at the top.
Every Breath You Take.
Oh, the Police.
By the Police.
Interesting.
Honestly, plus we had a guest host with us that week, and Jenny was really sweet to share her just how much she likes Sting and the Police, and so it kind of really helped. Also, that was one of the songs that I kind of previously knew beforehand.
So knowing a song often can help you like it more after?
Yeah, because I had some memories to it, but also I really didn't know that it was the Police. I didn't know it was Sting before Jenny kind of introduced me to that stuff.
Are you saying that when you like a song and then you learn a lot about it and you make these connections and you make these memories, that's what's going to kind of put it over the top?
Correct.
Okay, interesting.
So, yeah. And then Ring of Fire.
That made it on my list, too.
I was shocked that it was number 2.
Yeah,
because it's country, and if you re-listen to the Johnny Cash episode, you'll hear that me saying I don't like country. But for me, that was a shock. As we wrapped up this season, I was like, oh, I like Johnny Cash. I like country. Oh goodness me!
Right, that's funny because that's like a brand new thing you learned about yourself. Here's a whole genre of music that you had written off.
Yeah,
and then because one of the things that we really worked on in this season was going a little bit more to some diverse genres. We had our first country artist. We had our first blues artist. We did jazz with Ella, right? So we really started kind of branching out.
We did.
And that was a good thing.
It was. It really was. And then also we have Ben Folds coming up with the next 3 songs, which is...
Next 3?
I know.
Wow.
Bam, bam, bam.
Okay.
Brick, Still Fighting It, and Rocking the Suburbs.
I put 3 songs by him as well, but 3 totally different songs.
Yeah, I really like how he is a magician when it comes to the lyrics, but also with his voice. And so...
A magician?
Yeah.
You want to expand on that?
Well, I just... Like, for an example, Still Fighting It. He had this way of just how the lyrics flowed in relating to his past, but also seeing his present. And how he just worded it in such a way where it's sometimes hard to find the words for what he's feeling, but he did. And that was just a very magical thing for me to experience as I listened to that song.
Yeah, I love Ben Folds and Ben Folds 5 a lot, so I'm glad that you did too.
Yeah. I thought it was I thought he was good.
Okay, great.
So Ella Fitzgerald kind of comes up in 3s as well. Because good things happen in 3s, I guess. Or bad things, I can't remember. Anyways, in 3s.
All things happen in 3s.
So let's call the whole thing off. Dream a Little Dream of Me, and They Can't Take That Away from Me.
Those are lovely standards, performed well by Ella Fitzgerald.
She is talented. She's got talented all over. So I really like that.
Awesome.
Then we're going into Back to the Police. Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. We're going back to Johnny Cash with Hurt.
Wow.
Lady Gaga, I believe, only gets 1 on the list, and that is Poker Face.
She got Born This Way on mine. I would put a lot more, but when you stick with the hour, you really have to make choices. You can't... So I want to know maybe what didn't make it on. Which artists did you feel kind of maybe you liked them, but you couldn't just fit everything on? Or which ones did you leave off completely?
Lady Gaga, I tried to pick one out of her stuff.
Okay.
And it wasn't, when I naturally picked out my list, she wasn't on there.
All right.
But then I went back to kind of rework it.
Okay.
Same thing when it came to Simon and Garfunkel.
I'm surprised you put anything from them on there.
Same thing with the Smashing Pumpkins.
So you did put songs?
I put 2 on Simon and Garfunkel.
Really?
Mrs. Robertson and Cecilia. Mainly because I like the beat of Mrs. Robinson, and then Cecilia, I like that song too, and
That's a great song.
I liked that you liked it, and it just kind of makes me think of you whenever I hear it.
So that's a funny thing about music. What I'm hearing from you a little bit is like, this makes me think of this. This makes me think of this. Music doesn't exist in a vacuum.
Nope.
Right? So when you have these experiences where you listen to something and it makes you think of a person, or it makes you think of a certain memory, it can make you like a song that you might not otherwise like. It can also make you dislike a song. There's lots of music I used to like that is associated so strongly for certain times in my life that now I don't like it anymore, right? Because it brings up bad memories or, regrets or whatever.
That's understandable.
So it's interesting that even though what I recall of the Simon and Garfunkel episode is that you were like, I hate this, that you thought of me, and it's made it onto your favorites list. That I think is really neat.
Well, I think one of the things that I'm definitely learning through Music She Missed podcast, and especially as we get to be really into season 3, I'm really learning that who is our guest host, how you present the playlist, and how, because you work on the playlist very hard, and you see those the order of how you do it, and you think through, and I'm like, I'm trying to see, oh, Allison's putting this work, I want to see what she's trying to think, and it really does help a lot. That influence really does help a lot, as me getting to know myself through the music and the music itself. So
if we went back with a band you didn't like, but the guest host was a person that you really liked, do you think that would change your perception?
It may.
I think it might.
Moving on. I was actually really shocked that B.B. King only made it once. And one of the things that I tried my hardest is to put Jimi Hendrix on there. And I put Foxy Lady on it.
Yeah, that's a fun song.
Naturally, it wasn't on the list.
Well, so I would recommend to you in the future to not feel like you have to have a song from every artist on the list, and just be like, I liked Foxy Lady, but not enough. It just didn't make it up to the top. And try to, you're not going to hurt Jimi Hendrix's feelings.
No.
You're not going to hurt my feelings.
No.
If you wanted to make it all Ella, you could.
But the one thing the reason why I turned around and put, Lady Gaga or Jimi Hendrix is that the things that I learned about some of those artists that I really learned to respect. Like Jimi Hendrix and his guitar and his talent. Talent. I felt that I couldn't wrap up the season without respecting him and his talent.
I see. So Rachel, I'd like to know, if you had to pick a favorite artist or two from this season, who would you choose?
The Police.
Okay.
Not only because I like some of their songs, but I thought that was quite interesting of how the Police came from, at first the Police, and then he branched out, and Sting, he really made a name for himself that was just beyond him in the group.
So you liked the history, learning.
I like the history of that. And then also Ben Fold. Ben
If you're going to like him, you got to...
Sorry. Ben Folds 5. I thought he was very talented, and also I liked his voice.
Okay. So let's do a little compare-contrast. I'm going to give you a couple artists.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me which one you preferred.
Okay.
Billy Joel or Ben Folds? Split decision.
Billy Joel. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. That's no question about that.
All right. So
I don't even have to think about that.
that was the idea.
Good.
Okay. Adele or Ella?
Adele.
Okay. So, Rachel, what about your least fave? Which band were you just like, nah, I don't care if I ever listen to that again?
Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah. I could have guessed that.
The parsley and the herbs, I just no. I am not in the kitchen. I am not making a recipe. I'm supposed to be listening to music, and we can just pass all on that.
Okay, well, my last question for you before we wrap up this season is, what are you looking forward to in season 4?
Season 4, some things that I noticed about myself in season 1, 2, and 3 is that I really overthought. I overthought the lyrics. I overthought the delivery of the instruments. I overthought some things where I want to start really relaxing and just relaxing in the music. Because so many people I hear don't personally experience it. They just listen to music in the background and they relax. And it's just something that they like to do. For me, I have to deliberately turn on Spotify, listen to the playlist that you've created for me.
Well, you're doing homework.
True, so but I don't listen to music beyond your playlists.
Well, so maybe something I could challenge you with season 4 is, yes, you've got to listen to our playlist every day because you've got to get that exposure to the music so you can respond to it. But what if one day a week you took a break and you listened to something from the past, or you listened to your favorites?
And see, I'm not there yet.
No, but I'm saying, make that, but you don't have to analyze it. You don't have to think about it because you've already done the episodes. So you could just say, all right, my homework for today is to just listen to an old playlist, and I don't have to do anything with it, but listen to it.
But I don't want to.
Even
The Police. Or Coldplay.
You don't want to.
Music is not my thing. That's because I don't know much about it.
Right, but you already know about this. So I feel like all those excuses are gone. So I'm in charge of this show. So what I'm going to say is your new assignment is take time. It doesn't have to be an hour, but take time once a week to listen to music that isn't part of the homework, because that is going to change the way that you're experiencing it. And so in a way, it's part of your learning process, right?
Okay.
Because you're experiencing it in a different way. Right now, because we're both homework people.
Yes, we are.
We are rule followers. You're like, I'm going to listen to this because Alison told me I have to, right? So
I'm going to get out my worksheet and my pen.
Right. But you're like, I've got to look at the lyrics and I have to send Alison my questions, right? And you're doing a great job.
Yay!
And I think that what is going to take this to the next level in learning, because good students, we like to just spit back information at the teachers, right? We're like, I know the answer, here it is, right? Let's take that and take it to the next step learning wise. Let's move from elementary school to up into synthesizing, evaluating, relaxing, experiencing your homework, to experience the music from a new place.
Gotcha.
So it's still homework, but you don't have to do anything with it, but experiencing it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I want to do with season 4 is just stop thinking and relax.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to it, and I'm hoping with you as my helpful guiding friend.
I was going to say master, but...
Oh, wow. You said it. I didn't give it to you.
Musical mistress. Yeah.
That you would help me on that.
I'm doing my very best.
So I have one thing to mention, that at the end of the season 3, I ventured out without you encouraging me. I did it all on my own.
Right, because I don't know what you're talking about.
And I made my own Spotify playlist.
What? Of what?
Of just random music that I found.
Really?
Not necessarily songs that we've done through season 1 and 3.
Really?
I'm just like, ooh, look at this title.
The title. So are you listening? Are you listening to this playlist?
Oh, I have listened to it, and it is embarrassing. I mean, awful.
Well, then we will not share it with our audience without your permission, but I do find that very interesting and encouraging that you are pulling songs outside of my sphere of influence into playlists that are yours. I think that's really cool.
Yes, but you would be disappointed. I suck at it.
That is impossible because it's your playlist. It's whatever you want.
Wait until you see it.
Okay. Rachel, this has been a great season. I will see you and our audience in season 4.
Sounds good. See you then.
Bye. Audience, thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.